Something big is coming to Pokemon Go. We've waited months for the information that we were finally given today regarding a new kind of Pokemon being released soon in Pokemon Go that could completely change the game as we know it.
Primal forms.
In the world of Pokemon, primals are acquired through a process called Primal Revision, which debuted for the first time back in 2014 with the release of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And nearly a decade later, we're finally getting them in Pokemon Go. Here's how. Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre will be coming to a new class of raids, Primal Raids, which will be available first during the Las Vegas Hoenn Tour event, then available again during the Global Hoenn Tour, which will happen on February 25th and February 26th. Also, according to Pokemon Go, and this is big, trainers will also have opportunities during both Hoenn Tour Las Vegas and Global Tour to complete Primal Surge field research, which may lead to increased opportunities to encounter Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon in raids. So you'll complete field research for a chance at a raid? I gotta be missing something here. What I think this means is that there will be field research tasks where you can get Primal Energy for Groudon and Kyogre, which is actually the next major piece of the puzzle for these brand new Pokemon and how you actually get these incredible monsters in Pokemon Go. Just like with Mega Pokemon, Primals will work off of an energy system. By defeating Primal Raids, you'll get Primal Energy for either Groudon or Kyogre, obviously depending on the raid that you defeated, or by completing specific field research tasks, which is super important to pay attention to. These two new Pokemon are going to be literally insane in Pokemon Go, so any chance to stack up on free Primal Energy, you should take 100%. And this whole system is a massive feature and a massive W that I was really hoping for, because originally I thought there would be Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon raids, except you would actually catch a Primal Groudon or a Primal Kyogre from the raid, like a wild Primal, essentially. And that would have sucked because I have this, a Shundo Kyogre, that I would love to Primal Evolve one day and see it grow into its max potential. And now I can because of this system. So make sure to hit the subscribe button because it's my mission to have the world's first Shundo Primal in Pokemon Go, and the moment I can Mega Evolve that Kyogre, I'll do it. Now, we're not exactly sure how much Primal Energy it will cost to Primal Evolve these bad boys, but once you do evolve them, they will stay in their Primal forms for 8 hours, again, very similar to Mega Pokemon. And how good will Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre be in Pokemon Go? Insane. We'll talk about that in a second. First, let me flex this shiny on you that I got brand new today and didn't film because I forgot to film it. I randomly hatched 4 5-kilometer eggs, and I got my brand new first ever shiny. This is a Tyrogue, right? I'm showing you a Tyrogue right now. Should be a blue shiny Tyrogue. I've never gotten this before. It's insanely rare. I just wanted to show it off. Okay, now that that's out of my system, let's talk Primals again. There will be new bonuses when Primal Evolving your Groudon or Kyogre, and they include: when Primal Kyogre is in your party, Water, Electric, and Bug-type attacks will benefit from attack bonuses in raids. When Primal Groudon is in your party, Fire, Grass, and Ground types will have the benefit from the attack bonus. So instead of Primals boosting the attack of one singular typing, kind of like the Megas do, these two Primals will boost 3 different types a piece. That's great. Also, Kyogre and Groudon's primal level will increase the more times they revert to their primal forms, improving their bonuses. Kind of like with the Mega system, you just keep evolving to level up your Mega level. Now, this is huge. When Primal Kyogre is your buddy, catching Water, Electric, and Bug-type Pokemon will grant you additional XP and candy. It works just like Mega Pokemon, except Primal Kyogre is just a Water type, but you get 2 extra typings that get boosted from it. Same thing with Primal Groudon, you will get Fire, Grass, and Ground type Pokemon that will give you additional XP and candy. And then you can also see a Pokemon's primal level and the bonuses granted by that level by navigating to the Pokemon's page and tapping the primal level icon, just like with Megas. Now, I will say it does not state that the Primals will boost XL Candy Collection. It just says Candy Collection. That is the single most meta-relevant feature in the game right now, and the best part about Megas is that they boost XL Candy Collection along with normal Candy Collection. So I'm hoping that the word candy for the Primals includes both candies and XL candies, so fingers crossed for that. Oh, and also there's going to be a new Pokédex category for Primal Pokemon, even though there's just 2 of them. Gonna be a very intimate dex. Groudon and Kyogre caught from these Primal Raids will also be getting a special featured attack that could make these Primals even more overpowered. Kyogre will be getting the exclusive move Origin Pulse, which is a 130 power charged attack, and Groudon will also be getting a move called Precipice Blade, which is another 130 power charge attack. At the moment, we don't know exactly how these are gonna do in the meta, but if they suck, you can always TM them away. Regardless, these raids will be super important to do because of how insanely good Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon will be when released in Pokemon Go, which we'll cover, but first some bad news. It looks like these amazing Pokemon will be locked to Vegas during their initial debut. Niantic is really holding on to the "what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas" motto here. Even though they'll be in raids during the Vegas weekend, if you're not a ticketed Vegas player, you can't get them. Here's exactly what was announced. Featured attacks, Primal Energy rewards from Primal Raids, and the ability to perform Primal Revision with Kyogre and Groudon is limited to ticket-holding trainers during Pokemon Go Tour Ho in Las Vegas. Trainers without a Pokemon Go Tour Ho in Las Vegas ticket will not collect Primal Energy, will not have the ability to perform Primal Revision, and will not encounter Kyogre or Groudon with featured attacks until Pokemon Go Tour Ho and Global. So I'm assuming you can still get Kyogre and Groudon raids, you can still shiny hunt them, you can still hunt for good IVs, you just won't get Primal Energy, and you will not get the exclusive moves. Which is honestly still fine, because you can, if you get a good IV shiny, you can always Primal Evolve it later. But if you're not going to Vegas, you will have to wait until the Global Hoenn Tour happens on February 25th and 26th to get these brand new Primals into your Primal decks. So make sure you hit that subscribe button again, because I will be in Las Vegas, I will get Primal Kyogre and Groudon, and I will upload that once I get them. You're going to want to see them. Now, let's talk meta relevancy. Are these Pokemon even worth waiting for? Short answer, heck yes, they're gonna be incredible. Currently in Pokemon Go, Kyogre is the #1 non-Mega, non-Shadow water type in the game, even not Mega Evolved or Primal Evolved. It's one of the best of its typing, and its primal form will be one of the best of all time. Primal Kyogre will be an insane 5,910 CP. Yes, nearly 6,000. And when it releases, I'll be immediately evolving to hopefully the world's first Primal Shundo Kyogre, which again will reach nearly 6,000 CP, which is insane. It also has an attack stat of 331, which is one of the highest in the entire game. And it has a really good defense stat at 251. It's gonna pack a huge punch, and it will be able to take a hit. Primal Kyogre will be a certified monster. Same can be said about Primal Groudon, which will take the ground meta by storm. Primal Groudon will be a sick dual fire and ground type, with again a max CP of 5,910. It has the same base stats as Primal Kyogre, which means it will do the same thing. Take a hit and give a hit. And the cool thing with Primal Groudon is that it's both a ground and fire type, although it's gonna obviously make for a much better ground type Pokemon because of its move pool. Definitely two incredible Pokemon you are not going to want to miss. Another Pokemon you won't want to miss is a brand new shiny mythical Pokemon, one that will become one of Pokemon Go's rarest Pokemon in the game. The Masterwork research is back during this year's tour event, and it will feature the one and only shiny Jirachi. This is the first time this shiny will be featured in Pokemon Go, and it most likely won't come back for a very long time, if ever. For example, Shiny Mew was released once back in 2021 during the Kanto Tour, and it has never, ever returned. So if you get the chance to complete the Masterwork research during this event and get your shiny Jirachi, definitely do it. Oh, and here's how to get the research, by the way, because it's kind of weird. So if you're attending the Las Vegas Hoenn Tour event, you will get the Masterwork research for free, and it will be a shorter, easier version, most likely so that people can complete certain tasks that have to be completed within the event's ground. And if you're not attending Las Vegas and want your shiny Jirachi, you're gonna have to pay $5 USD to get it. Remember that this year, for the first time ever, the Hoenn Tour event is completely free. The only paid part will be the Masterwork research with shiny Jirachi. It's important to note that Jirachi isn't really meta relevant, except that it ranks 88th in the Masters League. Other than that, it's just really a rare collectible Pokemon. So is it worth $5? It depends how much you want it. Oh, and something's happening that's a bit more time sensitive than these two things, and it's the return of Regice. Now, as much as I'm not excited for this Pokemon, I will be taking a ton of Regice raids over on Twitch, so the link is in the description if you want to pop by, say what's up, and watch me hopefully not get a shundo of this because I would cry. But if you do want to take Regice down, here's how to do it. Now, Regice is a pure Ice-type Pokemon, which means it's weak to fighting fire, rock, and steel. Best counters include Mega Charizard X and Y, Terrakion with Double Kick and Sacred Sword, Reshiram with Fire Fang and Fusion Flare, Metagross, Chandelure, Conkeldurr, and then again, any other Pokemon from that move typing pool. I will say I've done a ton of these raids, and they're a lot harder to take down than I remember them being. You're gonna need at least 3 to 5 people to take down your Regice. The shiny doesn't look anything different, and the 100% EV catch CPs are 1784 non-weather boosted and 2230 weather boosted, and it is boosted by snowy weather. And in terms of Regice meta relevancy, it's really only good in PvP. It ranks 94th in the Great League and 25th in the Ultra League, so it does have some play there. And that is what to look forward to in Pokemon Go. If you're excited for any of this, including the Primals, hit that subscribe button, because again, I'll have the world's first Shundo Primal. And check out the other videos on screen because they're fun too. Thank you for watching. See you next video.